Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Michael Thompson, and we are here to discuss today the informed consent form. Excuse me. And basically, what I learned from this section was that this was a time for before the events of the counseling even starts. This is the opportunity for the client and the practitioner to sit in front of each other and get a real understanding of what everything is going to be like, how everything is going to go. One thing I found interesting was that this is a relationship. This is not just a you give, I take type of situation. This is a relationship. They're getting something out of it as well as the practitioner. The practitioner is there to protect themselves as well as the client. So that's one of the main things. And just like I was saying, as with this being a relationship, there has to be respect, there has to be honesty, there has to be parameters, and there has to be just a standard of how the entire relationship should go. So that's basically what I found interesting in the beginning stages. As I went on, obviously, me being in the counseling profession, there is a fine line with the limitations. That's the other thing, the limitations. And this has so many different aspects to it when we talk about interacting on social media, with just making sure that we are protecting our client from themselves as well as protecting others from our client. And we don't want to make them feel as though that they can't come to us, but at the same time, we need to make sure that we're doing the right thing ethically. And one of the main things that the ACA put in their ethics that they would recommend that the states do is that they want to make sure that, well, actually, it was quoted in the ACA regulations that let me make sure I have this correctly. Laws and statutes that technology assisted counseling, whether conducted by telephone, internet, email, or other application, often results in the crossing of jurisdiction lines, end quote. To me, I felt like that basically says it all. I know it may be tempting to try to connect with your clients and make them feel more comfortable with you by adding them as a friend on Facebook and different things like that. But we have to be from an objective standpoint when we're counseling. And that's how it is. We can't come in here and act as though we're trying to be their friend necessarily. We're actually trying to help. And that's basically what we're here for. So I also agree. I feel as though in order to get involved with the client via Facebook or Twitter or anything like that, I think that's wrong. Now, emailing, I would have to say that emailing is something that can be useful. Being in a profession, being in the military, different things like that, people email all day, doing different times for different reasons. So that's just one of the things I did not agree with as far as what the ACA said about being able to interact via the internet. In my state of North Carolina, the laws align very, very closely with what the ACA already has put out there. And that's basically saying that, hey guys, if there is something that you hear in your sessions that needs to be referred, that needs to be sent up, that needs to be handled, that needs to be addressed. The other thing, like I was saying about the limitations earlier, that depends on whether they are voluntarily coming in to be counseled or whether they were court mandated to be counseled. And that is just one of those things that we have to see as that opportunity to differentiate and know, okay, this is someone compared to someone who may have just come out of a court case where they were made to do counseling because they may have hurt someone in a drunk driving case or something like that, and they come to you telling you that they just drank. That's something for you to refer, as opposed to somebody that's coming in just looking for a change of behavior, and they may have had a drink when they didn't want to. Those are different things. So there are different limitations and different things like that we can definitely put into this. I found it important to know the differences in confidentiality, and that was the main thing that I found. So thank you guys.